a major update from a story we brought you recently. A doctor has been fired after forcing a Black woman to give birth in her car. Here's the video.
My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor. My daughter's being kicked out of this hospital and she's in active labor.
We have a significant update. Atlanta Black Star did a remarkable job covering this. Put it up full mass. Here we go. In an update, a doctor and nurse at an Indiana hospital who allegedly turned away Miss Mercedes Wells in active labor are no longer employees of that hospital. Hospital officials confirmed this on Friday. Mercedes Wells says she walked into the hospital in Crown Point just after midnight on Sunday, clearly feeling the onset of labor. But instead of receiving care, she says she was sent home hours later, dismissed by nurses who told her she, quote, wasn't progressing and should only return if things worsen. Minutes after leaving, things worsened. According to the videos posted by her husband, Mr. Leon Wells, the couple barely made it down the road before Mercedes gave birth in the front seat of their truck. Who do you think delivered the baby? The husband had to deliver the child. No training, no expertise, no professional courses, but delivered the child out of necessity and due to neglect. I would argue criminal neglect of the hospital. There's more. The hospital, now facing mounting scrutiny, issued a brief statement insisting that, quote, the health and safety of our patients is always our top priority, end quote, and confirming that an internal investigation is underway. Citing privacy laws, the facility declined to answer any questions about why Wells was discharged or what staff assessed that night. Quote, the physician and the nurse directly involved in Mrs. Wells' care are no longer employed by the hospital. This is according to the president and CEO, Raymond Grady, told people in a statement. Meanwhile, we have another situation, if you remember. We have not been able to independently confirm any disciplinary action against a nurse at Dallas Regional Medical Hospital for her poor treatment of Miss Carrie Jones. According to the CDC, I want to remind you of the rates. According to the CDC, the maternal mortality rate for Black women in 2023 was 50.3 deaths per 100,000 live births, compared to white women at 14.5, Hispanic women 12.4, Asian women 10.7. The maternal mortality rate that year for Black women was 3 times the rate of women belonging to other racial groups, whose rates dropped from previous years, while Black women's rates increased same years. Research shows that several factors contribute to this high mortality rate, including systemic and medical bias, that's called racism, limited access to quality health care, socioeconomic factors, and the increased risk Black women experience for developing certain conditions during pregnancy, like sepsis, which can cause delivery complications, also cardiomyopathy. The reason why these things are important is because on face value, you won't know the difference until you go into the data. These are not projections. This has been happening for years. These are analyzed data sets, which simply means it's history. It's the fact. We don't have to conclude anything. The data concludes it for you. And the data concludes there's a significant bias against Black women who go to the hospital, period. And because of that significant bias, they are either A, not treated with the respect they deserve, B, not given the care they deserve, which results in even a worsened condition, or C, they die because of their treatment. Once again, put up the picture of Miss Carrie Jones. We want answers to this one. This woman was literally in a waiting room in labor, 30 minutes or more, being posed questions about her address and all kind of silliness when somebody was there who could have easily answered those questions while she was being taken care of properly, and her and the child could have been taken care of appropriately per hospital policy. But they didn't do that. So we want answers too for this one also. All right, Senator, we reported on these in the same damn week. Same week. What say you?
Stunningly cruel, Doc, that this is happening in the 21st century.
Right.
So when people talk about how Black people are still talking about that, yes, we are still talking about it because it's all connected. None of this stuff happens in isolation. The past and the present and the future are forever connected. But it also made me think, Doc, do Black lives really matter? Well, according to the maternal mortality rates, no, they don't matter at all. You know what? This CEO Grady, okay, good on you. We want to see what else is going to happen. Good on you that he just flat out said, they gone. They out of here.
Yeah.
Good. But I bet you if they didn't have that video, well, I can't bet. I'm surmising, okay, hope I would be wrong, but that if the family didn't have that, if the Wells family didn't have video, I'm not sure that CEO Grady would have came out so swiftly, but I'm glad that he did. So it's heartless and it is cruel. And as a society, we have accepted this. This happens to countless Black women over and over and over again. And that, it has taken the stories of some more famous Black women like Serena Williams, who told her story, and also Beyonce, who told her story, to even draw attention, albeit very temporary attention, to the fact that the maternal death rates for Black women rival that of a third world country in the United States of America.
I'm reminded of Judge Glenda Hatchett. Judge Hatchett used to have a television show about redeeming and restoring individuals, sometimes juvenile offenders, sometimes dynamics within the family. And Judge Hatchett was a Fulton County court judge. And years ago, she told this story about how her daughter-in-law was in the hospital giving birth. And her son, he noticed some issues going on with his wife. And he continued to say, hey, listen, I think there's something wrong here. Can somebody check? And the staff kept telling him, oh, no, everything's fine. That's normal. Reassuring him that everything is okay. And he believed the experts. His wife died giving birth. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time, once again, I heard this from Judge Hatchett years ago. That was my first time hearing of such a blatant disregard for somebody in active labor. Once again, it's a Black woman. And now we have these documented elements that are not happening less, they're happening more, while other demographics are decreasing in the mortality rate, while Black women are increasing. Continue to record is my recommendation, and get some folk around you that you can trust all the way through the process, including your medical provider. We'll bring you updates as they come.